Welcome to Health Pod, your self-development hub
on mental health, psychology, and spirituality.
I feel like I know more about Souvlakis than I do myself. My character is like my persona, my alter ego, but me, whenever I'm me, I am me. I'm never this person that you'll see and then you meet in person and he's totally different. I went through something and they put me on antidepressants. When I get on stage, I usually forget everything. But then when I get that one laugh, everything just comes back. And then I don't know, I just feel like that's where I want to be.
Welcome everybody, welcome to Health Pod, welcome to another episode on here. Today we are here with Peter, I didn't get your surname.
Kypri.
Peter Kypri, also known as Souvlaki.
Souvlakis.
Souvlakis. Peter is a stand-up comedian and he has made me laugh several times. If you haven't watched his videos, you have to watch him. So, welcome, Peter.
Well, thank you for having me. I was going to say welcome as well, but like it's your house. So thank you for having me.
So, look, I get the nickname Souvlakis for your persona, but why Cypriot Smurf? Why Smurf?
We're getting straight into it. I like it. Even before I started doing comedy, I was short. So I went to live in England and my cousin actually gave me the nickname Cypriot Smurf because I needed to make a username for some phone network. And as a joke, he just wrote Cypriot Smurf because obviously I'm Cypriot, even though I don't look it. When I go to live in England or try to live in England, I'm like fresh off the boat. And Smurf because I'm short. So Cypriot Smurf. And then he was trying to make fun of me, but it stuck and now it's my thing. And he wants royalties. I told I don't make nothing, so royalties is zero, so it's fine. Yeah, so that's how I got the name Cypriot Smurf from my cousin making fun of me.
Cool. Yeah. Now let me ask you, what made you go into comedy?
I've always loved comedy. Comedy was always my go-to whenever I was down or upset or angry. I'll just go home and just put on Only Fools and Horses, if you know it.
Yes.
And just like cook and do whatever I was doing, just listening to Del Boy and Rodney and the granddad, the uncle, and just laughing. And it just like made me always feel better. So I always wanted to make people feel that way as well. So that's why I started doing comedy.
Was there a moment that you realized, oh shit, I can actually do this professionally?
I started making videos and my stepmom said to me at one point, write down things that you want, your goals, your dreams, put it on your fridge. And whenever you go to open your fridge, which is a lot of the time, you would always remember them and it would push you to do it. So I wanted to go to India, I wanted a MacBook and I wanted to make the world laugh. And I went to India, I got a MacBook and I'm hopefully doing a good job at making the world laugh. So yeah, so
you are.
And that was before I had done stand-up as well. So stand-up was quite lucky. It wasn't lucky. I am lucky. I'm very lucky. Because of my character, it helped me get the audience for stand-up, where a lot of stand-ups that begin, they start from zero. And so I'm very lucky that I had the character that sort of like boosted that. And people, and at the same time, it made me a bit worried because people found me funny online and in videos. So then when they saw me in like stand-up, it wasn't a video. I couldn't press stop and do it again. As much as I wanted to be a stand-up comedian and knew I really wanted to do it, at the same time, it was a bit nervous. I was nervous, I was worried, and would I be funny on stage? And thankfully,
You were.
I was. I think.
You are.
I am.
I got to know you through your videos of representing Greeks, Cypriots, like taking the mickey out of us and yeah, just putting it online. And you've got a persona, don't you, where you wear Souvlakis, and you got the hair coming out your.
It was an accident. I didn't even make him to make him. I needed to be two different people in a video, so I just went to the shop and bought whatever I thought an old Gibrel would wear, like literally my uncle the week before, and. So I just went and got whatever I thought he would wear, and I sat in my car park and I just made the video. I think it was like how Cypriots roll part 1, and it was like before you leave, they make frappe. It was very stereotypical. It was years ago, and people enjoyed it and people liked it. And my uncle Theo, he's a stuntman in America, and he's in the industry. And he saw the video and he was like, "You have something with this character." And I was I want to be the comedian. I want to be the main point of, the video. I want to be the funny. And saying that, sort of put me down, because I didn't want my alter ego to be funnier than me, even though it was me. I'm jealous of myself. So
that is
yeah. Key. So he says, you have something. You've got to give him a name. You've got to create more videos through him. And it was either Souvlakis or Gleftigagos. And we went with Souvlakis. And from there, just carried on making videos. And it was stereotypical. I'd done all this stereotypical stuff before TikTok and everything like that. Then TikTok came out. I just don't stop talking, by the way. I'll be on a different subject in about 2 seconds.
That's all right. That's what we're here to do, talk.
So I started making the videos, and then on TikTok, people started making stereotypical videos as well. But I didn't want to like redo my stuff, so I sort of wanted to stay on my sort of avenue. And I wanted to build up Souvlakis, and everyone loves him. And I love him as well. At one point, I wanted to kill him and just do stand-up. But then, especially going to Australia this time, I made a lot of people smile through Souvlaki, and I really enjoyed all the improv I was doing as the character when I came out on stage. So I want Souvlakis to be the Greek, the Cypriot Borat.
Where'd you get your inspiration from as Souvlakis? Like you said that you do a lot of improv.
Look around you.
No, yeah, it's like literally, like, because I used to help my friend build his house with his betharo, and his father-in-law is like, doesn't know English, doesn't know anything. He knows cat, dog, door, and stuff like this. And just little things that he does. He's like a kind Cypriot man. He's like, when I think of a Cypriot man, hospitality, this, only wants health and care for his kids. Like, he was like the perfect example of Souvlakis. So, but silly things that he does or mistakes that he does in English and everything gives me comedy. I know it's going to sound really horrible. It's not going to sound horrible, but like little things. Like, I was talking to a friend the other day, and I'm going to say, it's not a bad thing, but I said I went on a date, and he's a Cypriot guy. I was like, I went on a date with a girl, she is a widow. And he went, Parafiro.
Window. Oh my God.
And I couldn't stop laughing. For me, that's comedy, and that's something Souvlakis would say. So it's like little things like that. And if she's watching, I'm sorry, but thank you, and you're a beautiful person, because she might watch and give prayer.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna ask if you're gonna go out on a date with her again.
I doubt it after this.
So you spend a lot of time observing people.
Yeah, I love it.
And that gives you a lot of inspiration for your shows, for your videos. Do you find that you've spent a lot of time doing that with yourself as well?
What, as me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know more about Souvlakis than I do myself.
Because you mentioned, obviously, that you went through this process of feeling like the other person was competing with you, Souvlakis. I
feel I've learned a lot about myself as well, and where I want to be, what I want to do. Even with like social media, I used to be like, oh my God, I haven't posted for a day. I haven't posted this. People are going to forget me. I'm worried. And now I'm just like really chilled and calm and cool. And, I'm just riding the wave now, and I enjoy it. And I've learned a lot about myself, that, health mainly, and just being like in the moment. Like, my brother's a personal trainer, and he just shouts at me, if there's no you, there's nothing else. If you don't look after your health, there's nothing else, and all of this. So I do, at one point, I was just like, shut up. I'm just going to do me. But now I sort of agree. So through the years, I've learned a lot about myself. I've never been someone to like just, go off and do bellares and stuff. I do bellares, but like nothing illegal, I don't think. Or nothing crazy, whatever I do it with respect.
Hello everyone, thank you for watching and listening. This episode is sponsored today by Limassol Psychological Wellbeing Center, where we specialize on corporate seminars and events for your company to have a healthy ecosystem. I have today for you a free resource, a free webinar where you could all subscribe to learn what we do with C-level executives and how, as an employee, you can increase your productivity and reduce stress. If you're this type of person, then do not forget to subscribe on our free webinar, and I cannot wait to see you there.
Even when I make fun of Cypriots and Greeks, like I look at him, like I'm not really making fun. I'm just...
You're stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Which is what most people don't dare to do.
But I do it medrobo, like a nice drobo. There's like kindness behind
I
it.
have a question for you, and then
12 inches. Oh, okay.
Not that one.
My height. That was my height. It's my...
That's good. So Souvlaki has a specific persona, right? And all of us, we kind of have that part of Souvlaki within us.
100%.
And thank you for representing that for all of us, because in a way you're reminding us from where we started as a culture. If you were gonna name the positive personality traits of Souvlaki, which were those gonna be? And if you were gonna name the negative traits of that persona, what were those gonna be?
So the positive, like words, would be respect, family, and just love, really. And the negative ones would just... I don't think there is negative ones. It's just he's stupid.
Okay.
He's stupid, but he's also not on purpose. So like...
It's naive.
Yeah.
Naive and innocent, maybe. Innocent.
I wouldn't say like... He does it obliviously, is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't know he does it. So he thinks he's modern, he thinks he's in with the crowd, but really he isn't. And if he does something with disrespect, it's not intentional. It's because, again, he is oblivious about it. Like he doesn't understand what he actually done. So I don't think there isn't any negative about him. And if there is, it's not intentional.
Do we live?
It is intentional because I'm actually doing it, but it's not intentional. I don't know.
Do we live up to those positive traits of Souvlaki as a modern culture?
Do you know, like a lot of the traits that Souvlaki has, it's like something you said before, is the way I remember us as Cypriots back in the day. Like Cypriot hospitality was the biggest thing that we had.
Yes.
And so it used to be like you walk past somewhere, la mesa, la hi, this is from me, God said, oh, no money, all of this. So that's, I feel like he's still living in them times. So when he connects with something that's, you know, more modern and a different way of doing things, that's where the comedy is.
Sounds like you're channeling something through.
Yeah.
Is there like a wish through you that is being portrayed through your act as helping us remember our values? And I'm going to mention something here in regards to hospitality. Zeus was the god of hospitality. And whenever you were not kind to your guest, you would commit a sin and you would eventually get punished. Are we committing a sin nowadays? Are we as hospitable as we used to be?
I don't think we can put everyone under the same umbrella, because a lot of people are still hospitable. A lot of people are still loving, caring. And I think it's like back in the day, we didn't have a problem with money and things being so expensive. And so I feel like it's hard to compare the past with the present, because of obviously the way we live now.
Conditions have changed.
Yeah, conditions have changed a lot. And I like that, what you said about Zeus as well. When I did go to India because of the fridge, I stayed with someone I work with, and I imagine they were a couple, and they gave me their bed. And because they're in like the Hindu faith, they said a guest is God. So they had to treat the guest like a god. And I was like, why didn't you get me a 5-star hotel then?
Why did you go to India? Was it a spiritual journey or?
No, nothing. I work with someone there.
Okay.
He's like my brother now. His family's like my family, and I wanted to visit.
Okay. You work with them for comedy or?
No, just to explore. And they took me to Jaipur, Agra, and New Delhi, and it was just nice. It was
How
cool.
was the experience in India?
Made me appreciate things more here, and it was great. You know, just grounded me a little bit.
Yeah.
When you come back and someone's like, you ask for a cocktail, they're like, "Nya evro." You're like, "Ma bozare, can rent an apartment in India for a month." You know, but again, it's like we're not in India, and the way everyone is, circumstances. Yeah. That's all I can say, really.
Is comedy your full-time job?
No. I'm also a male escort. Don't get any business at the minute. So I am also doing web development and design, family business.
I fell for it.
But if this gets good comments and
then why not?
Yeah,
just
maybe.
If you're
he's single and he's
obviously going on dates, so
he's 12 inches tall.
That's what I hate about Tinder. I used to be on Tinder. I've deleted everything now because they started putting their height. And if you're under this height, like literally, I'm too short for Tinder. That's what I worked out. So web design, development, family business, been around since 2000, I think. So that's my full-time job. Comedy, me as well, is my full-time job. Both are my full-time. I give as much effort to both. And I'm very lucky for my, family that have been supportive and give me the time sometimes just to disappear to Australia, disappear to South Africa in September.
You've got a show in September, don't you?
I don't like saying disappear to South Africa because that's a dangerous place. I don't want to disappear. I want to come back from South Africa.
You've got a show on in Australia and you have a show in
Australia's done. I've done 2019 and I just came back now in June and it went really well. Met a guy, 102 years old. Wow. Evrebides. Great guy. Played Tavli. He beat me. I would say
obviously we're doing it longer than you.
We went to the show and I invited him to my show. Come to my show, it'll be an honor. He came. I organized a cake for him. And when I went to get the cake, I said to the lady, "Can I have some numbers? What numbers do you want?" I was like, 1, 0, and 2. And she was like, dega y do dega. I was like, "Oye, nega do dio." She was like, like how he's really old. So he came to my show. We sang happy birthday to him, everyone, which was great. And someone came up to me after and said, that must have been the highlight of his life. And then I replied to them, I was like, if someone dressed up in a mustache, singing him happy birthday at a show was the highlight of his life, he had a really bad life. Because no way can that be a highlight of your life and you're 102 years old. Do you know what I mean? So
that brings me to a really, really important topic: mental health and comedy.
Yeah, you must say
we're all a bit nuts. Yeah, we are.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Do you find that through your craft, you've seen, like, initially, did you start it off with an intention of perhaps lifting anyone's spirit, like within your family?
Within my family.
And here, let's make a reference to Jim Carrey, because he was saying that his dad was depressive and he was trying to lift his spirit up. So he used to make up jokes or think of something that would make his dad laugh. Or were you trying to keep the peace within your home because there were a lot of fights?
The therapist, he's trying
it's getting deep.
What is it?
It's getting deep. Do you know what? I will, entertain a little bit. Parents divorced at 10. We left, came to Cyprus. Dad basically kidnapped us. We thought we were coming on holiday. We got here. We're not going back.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm still on holiday, But that was the best thing that's ever happened. You know, little issues within the family and everything. But I think comedy, my dad was an entertainer. My dad used to sing, do karaoke. He made a music video when he was 21, thought it disappeared. It didn't. We got it, put it on YouTube. So he always used to love to sing and everything. My cousin's a singer. My uncle's a stuntman. I feel like entertainment has always been in my family. My brother was always the singer and everything as a kid. I had a very good upbringing. Had a very good life. I have nothing, you know, there was some divorces and this, that and the other, but I wouldn't say it ever affected anything. I think comedy was just something I felt like I was born to do. Even though my parents or my dad and my brother, the ones doing all the entertainment when I was younger, and I wasn't sort of doing it, I always felt like it was in me somewhere. And then Snapchat came out. So before that, I didn't have a way of, you know, I was too scared to go do like anything on stage when we didn't really have that sort of thing back in the day. So when Snapchat came out, I found, you know, start doing videos on Snapchat, making like videos, funny, blah, 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 jokes. Other people were using Snapchat for other reasons, like sending nudes. I done that as well, but I also said a joke while sending my nude. Or maybe sending the nude was the joke. And someone followed me, someone shared me, I got a bit more of a following. And from that, then Instagram started making videos, and then YouTube. And then I just thought I'll do it on a bigger scale. So it wasn't through, I don't think it was through any trauma. If anything, I just felt like comedy was my go-to. And I wanted to be someone else's go-to.
Is that because you wanted someone to make you laugh?
I wanted to make others laugh. When people make me laugh, I love it. But also like through doing all of this, you make videos, you make people laugh. Sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes you get messages like from people that say, you've helped me through depression, I was suicidal, and you've got me through this, and it's amazing. Like I make good connections with people that follow me. There's a woman in England has a son called Harry who, you know, he didn't grow up or get big like other people, and he gets bullied, and she always gives me an update on his life and how he's doing and everything, and I try to inspire and encourage him and everything like that. So I do comedy, I make people laugh, I try to make people feel good. And people that message me or talk to me or see me out and about, I am who I am on camera as well. And I give everyone the time of day. And I would really like, you know, try and encourage and push and inspire others as well.
Boo. I see you watching. I see you watching and really enjoying this episode. So if you're this far through the episode, make sure that you like and subscribe. It really helps our channel. Thank you.
Now, hearing Peter speak, he's such a beautiful soul, by the way.
And I pick them online. And it's like, oh, you'd be great for here.
He is like you're doing therapy, but on a bigger scale, because through your acts or through you enacting a specific role, it's like you're holding a mirror up for people to see their ego, and you're breaking down that ego, and you kind of helping people understand that they should not take themselves too seriously. Because one of the greatest enemies that we're facing is this super ego that we have, or how we want to be perceived, and it doesn't really allow us to see ourselves in our rawest form, in a vulnerable way, in a funny way, that we're playing this role and we think that, oh, we're fashionable like Souvlakis, or we're cool with our hand hanging off the window and with the worry beads turning in our hand, and we're trying to hit on a girl. And in a way, it's a reflection of who we truly are, in a way, and you're putting that out for people to see themselves. You're holding up a mirror. So you're actually doing therapy, and I consider satire the highest form of therapy. And this is why people used to go to theaters in the past to observe comedy.
I've saved a lot of money than doing it myself, isn't it?
For sure. What I would like in my life is to have a Peter in my life, to keep reminding me to come back to my human terms, not to take myself too seriously.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
every
great
day I have
reminder.
to wear this mask, especially after prolonged hours of therapy. I try to keep a straight face because people are sharing their life story.
You can't
And
exactly start laughing in the middle
You
of the
cannot
session.
actually start making jokes
Yeah.
on their life, but maybe if they're willingly paying for a ticket to go and laugh for a topic that they need healing, then that's the right place to do it.
Yeah, of course. Comedy is like, for me, like when I was growing up, when I was down, comedy was my medicine, let's say. So I think it would be good for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people nowadays are really sucked into social media. Like I said to you before, I don't care about posting haven't posted for a week or anything like that, because sometimes a lot of people are doing things off of the camera, off of social media, and sometimes people are just not doing anything and just trying to relax and get out into nature and stuff like that. So my getaway is going for a swim, kayaking, and just getting away. I used to feel like if I didn't put something out there, people would think I'm gone and I've like gotten lost and I'm not around anymore. Some people do that are always on social media, but a lot of people don't. And I really want, do you know, like the greats, they didn't need social media to get where they were. They just needed to be good at their craft. And that's why I want to push stand up a bit more and doing live shows, because one day there's no social media, there's just newspapers again, and you see Cypriot Smurf is coming to your town, they're going to want to see me because they know what I'm like live. So that's sort of my goal. Don't depend on Instagram, Facebook and stuff like that.
I think what's beautiful to note is that we wanted you on the show because of, when we laugh, we feel so much better with ourselves. And to also not take ourselves so seriously is something that is so important within mental health. And this is what most Cypriots are struggling with today. Most people, even on social media, like you put on this persona where you want people to perceive you in a specific way, but how confident are you truly within yourself? And to not take yourself so seriously.
My character is like my persona, my alter ego, but me, whenever I'm on, that's another thing as well, a good message. Whenever I'm me, I am me. I'm never this person that you would see and then you meet in person and he's totally different. So I am exactly that's people online. Be who you are, be yourself. And, because some people put on this, they do have their own personas online, but it's not but that they're trying to show that they are themselves when really they're not themselves. They're just what they think people want to see.
And that leads to depression and stress and obesity and anxiety, because at the end of the day, if you're not being true to you, then who are you?
And at the same time, I began my stand-up like that. I was always myself online, but at the same time, it's a bit tiring as well. And then you're constantly trying to be someone that you're not, and then it could cause a lot of problems. So just be you. And regarding I won't say a lot about mental health because I feel like everyone is different. Everyone has their own individual issue, but what I went through something not when I was like 25. I was a bit depressed. I wouldn't say I was depressed, but the only way I felt better was just getting out there.
What did you feel when you say you were a bit depressed?
I went through something and they put me on antidepressants. But back then, if you had a problem with your foot, ella antidepressant, you know what I mean? So I was like,
they're relevant for everything.
When he gave me antidepressants, I was like, that's strange. And I took them, and I had my dad was stressed at work, and without being rude, for about a month, I wasn't horny at all. That's not like me. You know what I mean? Usually I can't last a minute. So I realized that, oh shit, these things are numbing me. So I just called my doctor, say I'm getting off of them. He's like, no, we need to slowly get off of them. I was like,
it was
no.
amazing that you realized that.
Yeah.
You had that awareness to say,
well, maybe because I didn't need them.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me feel like if these are numbing me and making me feel like I'm okay, really I am okay. So I told him I'm getting off of them. He told me to slow down. I told him no, blocked him. And then I just got off of them. For a month, I was very on edge, you know, getting used to being off of them. And then I just, you know, joined a gym class, met new people, started going out more because I used to keep myself inside, going to the beach and just doing things on my own, you know, and then I just felt better. And if I, you know, and it made me, but again, that was me. A lot of people are much different. A lot of people do have, you know, medical conditions, but so I'm not going to say anything on, I don't want to say general, this is what I think. I can just tell you what
you've been through,
what I've been through. And maybe a lot of people, if they step back away from social media and everything and just live their lives in the moment, it could help. At least try it before you go down the other road. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter, for saying that. And I hope that many people are going to hear your message loud and clear.
I hope so.
So thank you all very much for joining us on this episode. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel. Don't forget to follow our guest on social media. Sign up to his newsletter in regards to any shows that are coming up. He's a fantastic person and also a fantastic comedian.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for being
Peter.
here,
Thank you.
It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure.
Woo, I loved it.
Bravo. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been an absolute pleasure filming it for you guys. If you like the work that we are putting out into the world, please make sure you like this video and you subscribe to our channel. It really helps the work that we do.
And if you would like to follow our journey on our IG account as well as learn more about our services, we provide everything for you in the description below. Thanks for watching.